Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently sending some fleets over to deal with this pirate fleet. That definitely needs to happen. They chose a good time to attack us, actually, but we did manage to eliminate a good amount of the mineral extraction operation, actually. Looking at this, these were all at about 2k, a little bit over 2k previously. We got good damage in there. I like it. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near Quiet Dark. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that has been designated the L Cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach. So, we found an L gate, and it's guaranteed ours. I like it. Fantastic. So we've got these pirates eliminated already. No problem whatsoever there. The first fleet has destroyed a pirate station in the Barnard star system and recovered its strong room module. Aside from various stolen resources, the module also contained an ancient datapad with partial schematics of what appears to be a subspace gateway. There are no records of where the pirates obtained this mysterious datapad, but it has furthered our understanding of how the Galactic Gateway Network functions. So we got an L-Gate insight out of that. Neat. Okay, so the first fleet is definitely going to go repair, and we'll reinforce that. Complete. We discovered dark matter. Beautiful. And there has to be more. Right? High-quality minerals on Advatir Prime. Are we good enough there? Because we could lose this. There's no assurance that additional probing will lead us to more mineral veins. We'll roll the dice. What could possibly go wrong? I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to continue to delve greedily and deeply and awaken things best left alone. Perfect. And we're continuing to explore as well. So we're heading over to Andrusa right now. Yeah, that's right. And the first and second fleets have finished their repairs. Beautiful. We've also picked up a third fleet here. And really, given our naval cap, we basically can. The latest prospecting efforts on Advatir Prime were inconclusive. Whatever minerals we could detect were buried too deep, in too small quantities, and through unstable ground. The projected costs of exploiting these veins would be higher than the profits. Despite this, our previous findings represents an enormous source of resources that should keep us busy for decades, if not centuries. So that's great. Absolutely great. So if we look at Advatir now, I want to look at the actual planet. Oh yeah. Now that's a mining world. We're going to go ahead and designate that, and we're also going to immediately put in a mineral purification plant. Beautiful. Okay, so that is all fantastic.
System survey complete.
We finally finished up our surveying in Andrusa, and I do want to get this third fleet being built up. We can definitely get ourselves 20 John Henry class corvettes and 5 destroyers. Cool. So there we go, and we'll start getting that reinforced. The third fleet is just going to chill at Sol, while the second and first fleets come back to Iostars, where they're going to attack Obtelis again. I don't necessarily expect that we win this. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Iriani system. That's up over here. Okay. Well, we'll take a look at those. We'll go ahead and get this first contact rolling. Perfect.
We have encountered some manner of space.
More ancient mining drones over here. Good to know. And we're just going to continue to expand, but we know that there's a border right here, so we can't actually go up this direction. We do have another tradition to grab here. Fleet command limit plus 20 will put us wildly over our naval cap. So we're going to grab damage versus star bases for right now. The great game. Cool. So our top priority is Andrusa, for sure. And no orders, just go ahead and automatic survey. That's an awkward direction to go, but sure.
System
I guess that's fine. The third fleet is chilling over here, of course, and the Danube needs to get some orders, as does the Atlantic. So we'll get both of those going. Fantastic. Okay. We just lost our Empress. Catalina Sanchez died at the age of 82. Okay, that's fine. We've got our trade hub here that I would love to build in, but that's not a thing that we can do. Several plants native to Elthir Prime, where we recently established a colony, exude copious amounts of Apollon with an astounding chemical complexity. A special research project has been prepared for further study of this flora. Okay, we'll take a look at that, and we should definitely get that going. Where is that? Floral study. Requires a science chip. Okay. We'll just go grab that right now. Since we are kind of nearby there. What is this, like a fleur?
Anomaly found.
Oh no, this is, what are you? That's exciting. Okay. Well, we don't know what's going on with that one exactly, but we'll find out eventually. So we have a new heir, and we also found a new anomaly. And where was that? Not here. Over here. Okay. We'll go ahead and research that anomaly. It's only a level 1 anomaly, so that'll be fine. No problem whatsoever there.
Construction complete.
Excellent. So we finish up over here. We can grab Succubus's ball down here. Cool. And Andrusa will be ours soon enough.
Special project.
We managed to stop the excavator before it broke down. It's a remarkable piece of machinery with a smooth surface covered in diamonds. At first glance, the whole drill seems like one solid piece, but it's simply so well put together that you cannot notice the grooves and joints. Our engineers will be able to reverse engineer some of this technology. Cool, so deep core mining. And at this point, we will build our starbase in Andrusa. So we know that this is going to be a firm border for the time being, and we've got a number of firm borders already. We're pretty squeezed in here, and we can actually see that the Groknaploran have expanded out over this direction and this direction, so that's all exciting. On closer examination, the plants native to Elthir Prime turn out to be rather dull. Some excrete pollen that have a mild stimulating effect, and they're likely to have a propensity for rapid genetic change, hardly impressive enough to warrant adopting as a strategic or luxury resource. Sad. Well, the Ptolemy is not doing anything at this moment and should head out for automatic surveying. The Atlantic can start backtracking over this direction towards Hodim. There we go. And these guys are going to get in position to attack the miners again, which they'll do soon enough. Okay, we'll get back to you in a moment. The vessels detected in the Iriani system seem to be some sort of expedition across the galaxy with purposes unknown. They've not made any hostile moves. Wow, I can't read today. Okay. Nor is there any heavy weaponry in existence. Instead, they seem to be broadcasting repetitive but not particularly content-filled signals in our general direction. Our envoy, Haley Young, is confused, but hopes that the broadcast will help our linguists translate their language. Okay, so they're Caravanseers. Got it. That'll be fine. No big problem there. We've gotten a report from Science Officer Edgar Douglas. It seems that a ceramic container is circling the star Baldurk. Most peculiar. It should obviously not be there, yet somehow it has managed to find its way into a close orbit. A special project can be issued to investigate the container and try to deduce how it ended up there. So I've never actually had this event succeed. I'm not sure if there is a succeed to this event. Not all questions have worthwhile answers, and we're just going to get 40 influence. Cool.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we'll grab our mining and research stations in Andrusa, and the BOS Clark is not currently doing anything. We'll have it head over and automatically survey.
Construction
Fantastic.
complete.
More starbases finishing up. We will definitely grab our research stations here. And the fourth fleet is slowly working towards being completed. Very slowly. Cool. So we're in position now to attack Obtelis again, and just as I ordered it, this anomaly popped up, but we did manage to get the click-through, so that's great. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. Cool, look into it. And we're going to hop in here and do some additional damage. The shroud grows quiet. Once more, the weary river of time recedes into its well-worn course. The changes foretold by the rite of divination have come to pass. Go now in awe as you reflect on the workings of the Shroud. Long-term exposure to the pollen naturally occurring in Elthir Prime's atmosphere acts on the colonist's pheromone receptors with a mild aphrodisiac effect, accompanied by a barely perceptible high. The plant that produces the most potent strain is a flower common to all areas on the planet, squirreled away into some obscure taxonomic nook by scientists on Elthir Prime, but known in the local Bizzaro-Ottoman dialect as Marin Karin. Remarkable. So, cool, plus 10% happiness. And now we're going to attack these drones over here. And again, I expect us to lose this attack, for the record. If we could theoretically win this at this point, I think, but it'll require a little bit of luck. We could certainly grab ion thrusters. That would be good for us. Oh, those lasers are bright. Okay. Fantastic. So we're doing a lot of work here, actually. These guys are very late to the party, but I still think that we're probably going to end up losing this. While approaching Imilgaran 3, the BOS Ibn Battuta suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia. Until today. The rounds we've recovered are of an advanced design, despite their incredible age. Incredible. Okay. And we also just found the Corellian Foundation. Oh my, okay. Fancy. You must throw away your old ways, Corellians. Cool. So again, I do expect that we lose this battle, but we've done a lot of damage to these guys. And yeah, we're going to lose this. We're going to retreat right now. We're out of here. Beautiful. So we're going to return eventually. Eventually. And we did a lot of damage to them. The next battle, I expect that we win. Complete. So that'll be great. We'll go ahead and get our mining and research stations built in Hodin. And the Danube requires orders as well. We'll just head down over this way. Auto surveying is over because we lost our leader. Okay, fair enough. So survey speed. Sounds good to me. Now continue your auto survey. Beautiful. Blessings upon you, Bizzaro-Ottomans. We are the Numistic Order, and we come in service of Numa, the goddess of fortune, bearing most holy merchandise from distant corners of the galaxy. Our fleets travel the divine currents of cosmic energy wherever the winds of fortune take us, bringing new deals every time we enter your lands. Sadly, our ships are beyond the bounds of your realm for the moment, but next time we visit your skies, the wonders of the universe could be yours for a modest donation of credits. I'm sure it's very, very useful stuff. Fantastic. Intellectual, that's not bad at all. Cool. That was a governor? Okay, that's kind of awkward, but sure. That'll do the trick. So the second fleet shows up in Elthir. We need to go repair. So we'll head over to the Galurum station. We didn't actually lose any ships here, so that's great. We'll continue to bank our alloys. We did lose some in our first fleet, so yeah, that's going to cost a little bit to get that replenished. Cool. Ion thrusters finished up. Let's go ahead and grab plasteel armor, and we're going to take these guys actually up to Sol. Cool. So once we arrive at Sol, we'll do a little bit of retrofitting. That will be a requirement. And for the time being, let's hop into our ship designer here and make sure that these are auto-upgraded. They were indeed. Beautiful. Our detailed survey of Hualinga 4A has revealed that although it is currently unsuitable for life due to the noxious gases present in its atmosphere, it's capable of sustaining a breathable atmosphere. Through a concerted effort, we may be able to break the moon's toxins down into less lethal compounds. Terraforming this moon would theoretically be possible, but we don't yet possess the tech to do that. Okay, cool. So we would need an Ascension perk, actually, for that, because that is... Ooh, an ocean world over here.
Construction complete.
Noted. We would need the tech for that. It's an Ascension perk. So we may or may not get that. That depends on how many noxious worlds we run into. So the BOS Atlantic is going to go grab Hemtaris. And the Danube is going to build mining stations and head over to the Eternal Horizon system. That'll be fine. Reports from Elthir Prime indicate that worker productivity has declined recently, becoming stable at levels several % lower than the Armenia average. This may or may not be due to the stimulating effects of the pollen native to the planet. It probably is. A special project has been prepared should we wish to make our production pipelines more efficient to make up for the loss. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run our labor study. Beautiful. We require a science chip for that. Do we have anyone even close to nearby? Yeah, ish. Sure, we'll go do that. It's only mildly irritating to go out of our way like that. I'm sure they'll be okay. I'm sure they're not going to be upset at all. So in Andrusa, we're going to be finishing up here. We're going to queue up a mining station in Iostars, as well as in J and Barnard Star, cleaning up some of this that we've left behind or had destroyed. So that'll be great. Maximus Sanchez has gotten better at terraforming, of all things. Okay. Sure, that'll be fine. And the Istrin have insulted us. How rude. The Numistic Order is offering us some goods. What do we want? A Numistic Shrine bringing good fortune to a world of your choice. For 4,000 energy credits. Sure. Let's see what that does. The barrier point defense has finished up, and let's go ahead and grab, how about research alternatives? There we go. So did that auto upgrade our point defense on our Corvette? No, it did not.
Construction complete.
So we probably do want this barrier point defense at this point. There we go. We'll go ahead and save that. Beautiful. So we'll get all that upgrading done eventually. The second fleet is arriving back here. The first fleet has already arrived, but it's not actually repairing. We'll reinforce this fleet, and we will repair it. Cool. So on the next month tick, we should be able to afford hitting this button again, and now we're at full strength, so that's beautiful. A recent survey indicates that residents of Elthir Prime are much less likely than other denizens of Armenia to migrate to other planets. The survey does not address whether this could be due to a psychological dependency on the low-level sensory arousal caused by Maran-Karan and its sibling planets. Intriguing. Okay, well, we're heading up there to do something about that. The second fleet is being repaired now. And there's our terrestrial sculpting finishing up. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and grab society research from researchers at this point. Nope, that's mega expensive. So we're going to grab something else instead, like selective defoliants. Cool. Less good, but way cheaper. We'll go ahead and upgrade our fleets as well.
System survey
Fantastic.
complete.
And another toxic terraforming candidate has been discovered. So that's 2. Noted. While productivity is no longer declining on the planet, communications between the colony on Elthir Prime and the capital on Earth are breaking down. Senior officials on Elthir Prime are growing increasingly distant, and our clerks are complaining that even relaying simple directives is becoming an exercise in frustration. Okay, so, sigh. We're looking into this finally. We've arrived. So that's good. We're going to continue upgrading our fleets for the next little while here.
Special project complete.
Far-reaching changes to time management paradigms and the way responsibility is delegated within all fields of production and other duties on Elthir Prime have produced good results. The populace has an evident desire, outside observers would call it an outright need, to be in close proximity to the native flora. With clever scheduling and additional checks in place, productivity remains low, but has risen above the lower limit of what can be deemed acceptable. Cool. So we found a workaround to the Pheromone. Excellent. So we'd like to get that orbital ring upgraded eventually. We do have the tech, or no, we don't have the tech for it. We almost have the resources for it, but not the tech. For now, we're going to head over to Eternal Horizon and build a starbase over here. But we need alloys more than anything. We did just lose a scientist and an admiral on the same day. That's kind of rough. And I guess we'll get this guy recruited for a scientist. As far as the admiral goes, we'll just chill on a single admiral for now. Should be fine. And we'll head back down to Iostars. There we go. Fringe elements on Elthir Prime have banded together to form a quasi-religious organization seeking to control all aspects of the Maran-Karan flower and its cultivation. Their leader, a self-styled green hierophant of this flower temple, claims to speak for all flora and fauna of Elthir Prime and demands exclusive trading rights for the plant. This is of course completely unacceptable and impossible, as the native flora of Elthir Prime is of little strategic or economic value and thus may not be brought off-world by law. Unfortunately, they're unlikely to accept this fact gracefully. Worrying. Okay, well, we'll continue for now. We may have to do something about Elthir eventually. Luckily, we're going to be in the area, so that should be absolutely fine. We're heading down this way anyway. The Flower Temple and its followers now make up a sizable minority of the population on Elthir Prime, and reports indicate a disturbing change in the movement. Their futile attempts to smuggle Marinkaran specimen off-world have been growing less enthusiastic by the day, as the Flower Temple seems to be transitioning into a doomsday cult. There's likely a correlation with the recent changes in the Marinkaran pollen's chemical makeup detected by atmospheric sensors. A special project has been prepared to assess the risks associated with this, and it is recommended to complete it before something goes horribly wrong. Okay, do we need a science chip for this again? Yep, we sure do. So we'll go up and research that again. Fantastic. We did just reach our max on minerals, so we're going to sell off a bunch of those, and I'd like to buy in a few extra alloys here. And we'll use those alloys to work on our third fleet. There we go. How much do we need now to fully max out? 1764. Okay, that's getting reasonable. We're going to head down to Rasalhag and make sure to build a free republic there. Fantastic. And we're just continuing to survey out over this way, but things are looking really good down this direction. Very, very clean for us. I like it. Found. Unusual heat signatures, huh? Well, we're going to head up to Athos over here. We have all of this locked down for a guarantee, so that'll be fine. We definitely want to grab Athos.
Special project complete.
Quick and decisive action allowed us to identify the risks associated with the rapid changes in the pollen native to Elthir Prime and take the necessary steps. The necessary steps were a complete planetary evacuation and a planet-wide tactical pesticide bombing run targeting the Marinkaran flower and its ilk. The plants were rapidly mutating, and their unique pollen would, had they not been destroyed, soon have begun delivering a potent neurotoxin to the olfactory organs of all sapient life on Elthir Prime. The scientists on the Colonization Council theorize that this is part of a natural cycle on Elthir Prime, and that the pollen's adverse effects on us, in the form of a crumbling local administration, the rise of the Flower Temple cult, and eventual pollen toxicity, were chance side effects, rather than the product of a plant's sinister self-defense mechanism. Regardless, any and all traces of the flower have been wiped from the planet's surface, and our colonists are safe and free of the pollen's influence. Cool, and we gained a bunch of unity. I like it. Now, one thing we don't have is a lot of food. After probing beneath the surface, we've concluded the unusual heat signatures on Bellavarte 6 are caused by hydrothermal springs. There seems to be more to this planet than meets the eye. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and say, intriguing, a subterranean ocean. Okay. So that is over here. Cool.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Well, there's our tile blocker clearance finishing up, and let's grab another one here. Perfect. The construction ship Atlantic is going to build a starbase in Rasalhag. And we finished up here, so we should definitely move our way down to, like, Istora. Yeah, that's definitely something we should do. But I want to get Athos queued up right now. There we go. And we can get Istora soon enough. That'll be fine. No problem there. The Ptolemy isn't doing anything, and now that we're done in Elthir, we should definitely be fine to do automatic surveying. Continued exploration by the crew of BOS Clark has revealed that the hot water coming from deep within the planet's crust is teeming with microscopic life. What we once thought of as an empty frozen planet actually contains a thriving underwater biosphere. Cool. So we gained a bunch of society research from that. We also found the Husko Star Republic. Cool. Respect our authority, or else. Our capital requires a job. And we're kind of full here. We're going to transition off of a mining district and replace that with a city district. That's not going to help our job situation. In fact, that's going to hurt it. but that will allow us to change things going forward. Let's hop down to Obtelis, and this time we should be able to win this. In theory.
Construction complete.
The stations might still be tough, but we should be able to do a substantial amount of damage here.
Breakthrough achieved.
Oh yeah, this is fine. These guys aren't even aggroing this time. I like it. She-aliens, huh? We destroyed the mining drone base, and we found the surveyor. Interesting. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. We got a bunch of alloys out of that, which is nice, and we can also grab space torpedoes if we wanted to, or we could grab cruisers, which we will definitely look to do. So a first contact going on here, the She-aliens. We will go ahead and look into that. Fantastic. And we'll finish off these mining drones. And we have a job for the science ship that isn't going down there. That job is to head up over this direction. We're going to get this cleaned up, and that will be absolutely fine. There we go. And we're just going to go repair all of these. In fact, they should all go back to Sol. So we're going to head back to Sol and enter orbit. In fact, we'll just upgrade fleets to latest designs. There we go. Cool. And we definitely want to research all these debris over here. There we go. And what is that relic? Scan planets in your territory for new resource deposits. Done. +2 volatile motes. That's really, really good. We should probably do that as frequently as the game lets us. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to expand down this direction and see what we can get, and maybe start being a bit belligerent. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Unisol, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.